Good day, Rovers. Today, we're gonna talk about what DPS should you get in the second phase of Anniversary Banner. So, when we look at Chang Lee, if you're a beginner that only played the game when Jini releases, it's not recommended to pull for her because her kit is basically hard to master together with her rotations. So, in her case, you need to run her with another DPS that is also in the next Anniversary Banner, which is Brand. They work so well with quick swap rotations that in the end game, which is the Whimpering Waste and Tower of Adversity, you can run them both and still clear the above said modes. However, they're both hard to use, especially when you're just a beginner who just recently played the game. And yes, you can learn their rotations, but let's be honest, in a gacha game, you should not spend like 3 to 10 hours just to perfect a rotation. That's like an abnormality of a player that spends on a gacha game for that longer period of time. Anyways, for the beginner, it's a no. If you're looking at these two divas, which is Jini and Carlota, I'd say that Carlota has a really high advantage to your account, considering that no bosses with glacier resistance ever appeared on a recent endgame modes, like Tower of Adversity and Whimpering Waste. She also has a dedicated support, which is Zeji, in the current Anniversary Banner. However, both of these divas can use 4-star support character like Tao Chi and Yuan Wu to get their full S0 potential. I'd say both of them are the correct choices for you to pull on the second phase of the Anniversary Banner. Now, about Roshia. She doesn't really bring any value to your account if you don't have Camellia, because she is a support that buffs Camellia really hard and is basically her dedicated support. But in my opinion, even veterans doesn't use her that much with Camellia, since Sanhua gives way faster rotations and high attack buff for her. So in conclusion, Roshia is not a must or even a suggested pull if you don't have Camellia. Now, let's talk about the limited banner, which is Shakona. A lot of players are in dilemma right now since she is an aero erosion applicator that is a dedicated hybrid / support for Aero Rover and Cartisia. So the question that everyone is asking, is she really a must pull? Well, if you look at her kit, she is kinda broken for Cartisia. If you cast her outro skill into Cartisia, the current aero erosion that was applied will be multiplied or amplified by 100% per tick. This will last for a whole rotation, and when you go for her inherent skill or her other passive, she increases heavy attack damage by 30%. And now, let's talk about her weapon. Her weapon gives aero resistance shred to an enemy by 10 to 16%, which also lasts a whole rotation, and this debuff is all accessible for all Resonators on the field. Meaning, for the whole 20 seconds, you can deal double the amount of damage to an enemy with aero resistance shred. I can actually see this being used for Cartisia, and I think Cartisia will just shreds the enemy into pieces. Now, to answer the question earlier, is Shakona a must pull for Cartisia? I would say that given her kit and weapon, she might be a must pull if you're looking to maximize the damage of Cartisia or Rover. But if you're just looking for a Resonator that can substitute a good hybrid, I'd say just use Phoebe's Confession mode and make Rover converts those into aero erosion so Cartisia can deal a decent damage. But more information is still lacking when we're talking about Cartisia. I don't even know her kit since Kuro Games just teased us with a gameplay. I will make a video about her soon when she officially gets released on her kits available on the gallery. So that's it for me today. Consider sharing or liking this video to help me get a smile from YouTube. Also, comment down below if you have any suggestions or thoughts about the matter. Thank you so much and I'll see you next time. Bye!